extra millennial frog just for free at the beginning of the podcast.
Motherfucker still hasn't done my commission.
Which one?
For the new intro for anime.
I'll have to talk to him about that. I'll have to get on his ass.
Mm-hmm. Lazy motherfucker.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome to No Party Preference. My name's Josh. I'm here today with Frank.
Yep.
And today we're going to be talking about the, basically the Secret Service fucking up.
We're a little late on this, but...
I figured it's still worth talking about.
But definitely.
But before we get into it, if you want to hear us talk about other subjects that aren't this, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com and listen to all of our podcasts. As a matter of fact, you can go to anywhere you listen to podcasts. Spotify, Apple, fucking Android, fuck whatever. We're on everything.
Even ham radios.
Ham fucking radio, indeed. If you want, you can go to @GameRageMagazine on Instagram and TikTok, @GameRageMag on Twitter/X. We're also on your favorite fucking app that you all love and enjoy, YouTube, @GameRageMagazine there. Everything's on the YouTube as well. So if you prefer listening on YouTube, have at it. Also, coming up in the future, there will be... so close. Here you go, Cooper. There will be video content, not of us, but, you know, just like video shorts and skits and stuff like that. Also, if you want to follow Frank, you can go to Anime Syndicate or anime_syndicate_podcast on Instagram. And you should go listen to the Anime Syndicate podcast. Anyways. All right, Frank, well, you took all the notes and stuff, right?
You did no work for this, did you?
What do you mean? I did stuff. I just didn't take notes.
All right.
I believe Kimberly Cheadle, right? That was her name?
Yeah.
Or is her name? Because she's not dead, but she's might as well be after this.
Yeah. She's politically dead.
Yeah, for sure.
So, God, where to begin with this bitch?
Well, let's just say...
Well, I gotta say this, though.
What?
That it's fucking hilarious that it took a bullet to bring both Democrats and Republicans together on this.
Well, yeah, I did think it was kind of ironic that the only thing that incenses them into doing things together is, oh shit, this means our own safety is at risk. So now they want answers. Oh, they don't fucking want to know about the banks and all this other bullshit, but when they have the possibility of getting fucking killed, hold on now. We need to get some people in here who are competent and can do this job. Very fucking strange. Mm-hmm. But anyways.
First off, does she know what a question is?
Well, I don't think anyone who gets interviewed by Congress actually knows what a question is because
she sure as hell does not know how to answer a goddamn question.
No, and I will say this. I'm not holding that against her because literally anyone who goes in front of Congress does the same fucking thing. They just deflect. They don't answer the question. Now, the only reason that Congress pressed her harder and made her look stupid was because obviously, like I said, their lives were in danger, I feel like. So they feel like, oh man, this could have been us. So like we need to have accountability here. But if this would have been any other issue, then yeah, they would have fucking been like, nah, we're good. We don't care. But anyways.
And like how she was saying, I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to do my job. The buck stops at me. But they had to subpoena her ass to get her to be part of it.
Yeah, true. True story. I didn't know this about her.
Well, I think it's part of my notes.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
The fact that she released her statements to the news networks before she was even at the committee.
Yeah.
That shows, like, you're not even well-known fucking news outlets either.
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ. The committee specifically had a list of information that they wanted her to deliver.
Uh-huh.
And she provided none of it. None of it. Literally.
None. Zero.
Now, this is a colossal fuck up for the Secret Service.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't get any worse than this, right? Except if he would actually have been killed, or if it was the actual president.
Mm.
And not a single person was fired over this.
Well, not yet, anyways.
Yeah, at the time of the committee.
Yeah.
Not only that, not a single person is being retrained.
Yeah.
Because it was a publicity stunt.
I will say this, though. When it comes to this type of stuff, the government also is very, and Congress should know this, the government moves very slowly. So.
It moves?
Yeah, basically, right. It's infinitely impossible to get the government to almost act or do anything. It takes years for change to happen. So I don't expect, obviously, the only reason, because granted, they didn't even fire her. She resigned. So it probably would have taken another 6 months for them to come, well, Biden, I think, would have to be the one to fire her. I don't think Congress can do it. I think Biden has to do it.
Well, it even says right here, one of the senators, when he was fucking grilling her, she was like, you need to resign, or if the president ever wakes up from his nap, he can fire you.
Well, they literally told her in the meeting that she was full of shit.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah. And,
Because it was a
if you're going to, I think if it would have been anyone else, if it would have been the president, let's say it would have been the sitting president that this happened to, I think obviously the sitting president would have fired her immediately.
Yeah.
Like, no resignations, like, you're done, man. Like, you're done.
And then she would have disappeared.
Yeah. I'm actually curious, did they fire the Secret Service director?
For Kennedy?
Yeah. Secret Service after Kennedy assassination. All right, I'll come up in a minute.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything. And here's the other thing, too, right? I don't think that this issue, when you look at it from, like, what actually happened, I don't think it was necessarily a failure of... I don't want to say necessarily it's a failure of, like, policy or anything that they had, right? I think it was a failure of tactical assessments in a situation. The guys that were there... Now, granted, when you're in charge of the Secret Service, yeah, you need to fucking be held accountable, right? But at the end of the day, you need to have your best people. This is why she should have been fired, was because you clearly didn't have your best people.
Can I read off this whole
on the job? Good.
This little time list they had?
Yeah.
Which is another thing. She says she had a timeline.
Didn't have one.
But didn't have. She said that she had a timeline, but she didn't have specific information. Literally, all of the committee fucking just started laughing, dude.
It's hilarious.
But so this is what the guy said. At 5:10 p.m., Crooks was spotted. At 5:28, they find his bag and a bike.
Who spotted him?
Law enforcement.
So it doesn't specify which.
It just says law. They just say law enforcement because she's not giving up that information. 5:32, sniper team sees him on the phone and using a rangefinder. At 5:55, Buckler Command confirms receipt of said photos. So they had this information by 5:55 of this guy doing all this shady shit.
Yeah.
At 6:05, Crooks is seen heading up to the sheds with the backpack, which were not allowed at the fucking rallies. And this was 2 minutes before Trump was shot.
What time was that at?
Allegedly at 6:05.
So 7 minutes before he was shot.
Yeah. He said 2 minutes, but
Well, it's 6:11.
Congress lies. So.
Yeah.
Civilians saw Crooks in a sniper position with a gun and started yelling for law enforcement. The civilians saw him as a threat. Secret Service didn't see him as one until he shot Trump in the face. The shooter had surveyed the area with a drone an hour or so before the fucking rally had started.
How the fuck? And this is another thing.
I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But this is a total fucking failure.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a complete failure of people that are not competent at the job. Clearly,
You know, the majority of the team weren't his agents. They were pulled from other departments.
What do you mean, like?
There's a term for it. Temp agents is what they're called. So Donald Trump's detail, and then it wasn't even mostly his guys. It was temp agents, like the guys who handle forgery and the guys who handle protection of, let's just say, the Senate or whatever. It was people who weren't presidential.
Weren't trained specifically on the presidential detail.
Yeah, there you go.
Which, I mean, again, that's got to be a hand-picked few people, right? That's like your special ops team is the ones who are protecting the actual president.
The ones that jumped on Trump when he got hit were probably his detail.
Right, yeah.
The lady in the back who couldn't figure out how to holster her gun.
Yeah, it was one of those temp agents or whatever. So
that was bad.
That was real bad, man. That was horrific. That was terrible.
I feel bad. I mean, I kind of feel bad for her because that image of her cowering while everyone else is protecting Trump is going to live on the internet forever.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
And the sad thing was she wasn't cowering. They just got her before she...
Yeah, went up and did something, yeah.
Before she jumped on Trump.
Yeah.
But there's no defending her not being able to holster her gun.
That was funny. I will say. That was funny.
It wasn't funny.
Sad.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. But it was also sad at the same time because, again, that's just showing you the level of incompetence. If you...
I don't even want to say...
I'm sorry, man. If you are having trouble putting your gun back in the holster...
Shouldn't that be like day one training shit?
No, okay.
No, I'm not talking about in the Secret Service. Learning how to use a gun is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like... If you, that's clearly the Secret Service does not have a continuing education requirement or a continued training requirement once you become like a desk agent, which I think is what she was.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I don't fully blame her on this because I think I'm not saying she is. I don't know what her job is. We don't even know who she is because they won't name the agents.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if she was part of Trump's detail or she's what do they call them, the DEI's hires?
Yeah.
I don't even know if she's one of those. It seems like she was one of those temp agents that was pulled from another department.
Right, of course, because she couldn't holster her firearm.
Because I don't think she joined the service to be that.
Right.
But it's kind of one of those things like in the Marine Corps. Like, once you're a Marine, every Marine's a rifleman.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't care. If you join the Secret Service, I don't care what your MOS or your job is in the Secret Service, you should know how to handle a gun first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because
if you're going to carry it, you should know how to handle it. And it's not the fact that she doesn't know how to handle it, okay?
I think it was a stress situation.
It's the fact, yes, of lack of training, lack of high stress training, okay? Because that's what goes on when you're in that and your shit's all fucked up.
Nothing makes sense.
If you don't have the muscle memory down, and I will say, poor choice in holster, okay? Because those fucking, to me, those holsters that are like those leather ones like she was having with that stupid snap thumb thing, I hate those because, listen, me having
get in the way.
done training and been involved in things like this, I would have probably been fucking... A guy who is an expert operator would have probably fucked that up. But a guy who's an expert operator
doesn't have that holster.
Wouldn't have had that stupid ass holster. That's where first the choice was she wrote. That's for like if you're a detective or a desk agent, kind of like she was. That's what those guys have. Because this holster is basically, this gun you have is just for show, for your authority. That's it. You're likely never going to pull out your gun when you're sitting in behind the desk at the Secret Service doing treasury.
Well, you can
stuff.
Well, you can do a desk pop.
Sure, right, but really, and that's the thing. They need to have an element when, hey, if you're going to get potentially pulled to go to these things, hey, you don't use your desk guy holster for. You want to have whatever bullshit ass holster for desk job duty, totally fine. But when you go out in the field, you need to have a Kydex paddle holster with no fucking shit on it. You have your gun under, and this is the difference. Like,
I already forgot the name of the one I like. The Fat Electrician was sponsored by them.
The alien holsters?
No, they literally make a holster. They call it the fat guy holster for guys who have pot bellies and shit.
Oh, yeah?
And like, he goes, can you tell I have a holster? No. he goes, I can't tell I have a holster on me. How comfortable it is.
That's funny.
But I'm
like for me, when you're going around, for me, when I'm like carry out in public, right? The holster I'm going to have is going to be a level 3 holster because I know how to manipulate that and operate it under stress. Okay, which it's the thing where you have the little strap on the top. This is all polymer, and you push it in and you flip it forward, and then you can pull your gun out. And there's level 2, level 3 has a little button where you got to hit 2, right? that's when it's out in public, so that no one, if somebody comes up and grabs me or I get in a fight with somebody, they can't take my gun. It's very difficult. But when you're in a situation where your gun is it's not exposed, it's underneath a jacket. You're wearing your suit jacket and it's underneath there on your belt. They're gonna have to go inside your jacket to get that, right? So you have plenty of time to fight that off and do whatever. So you should have the most minimal type holster on the planet, which is just basically the Kydex holster that has no top strap, huh?
She was fast.
Oh yeah, she's like a ninja.
I know.
It should be the no top strap. It's just the button release on the side, and when you put your fucking hand on the gun to grab it, and you're in the master grip position, your finger's right there on the button. You push it, you pull up, and you go. And then when you're done, you easily put it back. It's easy to find. There's nothing on top of it in the way, and you just slide it in. Once you hear the click, good to go.
You know which ones I kind of don't like?
What?
The ones that are pull.
What do you mean?
The ones you have right here for concealed carry.
Oh, and you have to pull that Velcro?
You pull the Velcro and it brings the gun up.
I don't like those ones. I don't like those either. There's too much shit involved.
I mean, if you're well, I'm not gonna say that. For those who aren't knowledge in the world of guns, can you explain what the master grip is?
Oh yeah, so it's basically just where when you hold the gun, you don't have your finger on the trigger. So basically, if you stick your hand out in front of you like you're gonna shake somebody's hand, you wrap your bottom 3 fingers like you're gonna wrap it around a stick, and then you take your thumb and you just keep your index finger pointed straight, and that goes along the side of the gun on the slide right above the trigger housing, and then you can easily just put your finger inside the trigger housing to put your finger on the trigger.
Because one of the first rules of gun safety is you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot.
Yeah, and you don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to kill something, and then you only point the gun at someone or at something you're willing to kill.
Destroy.
Yeah, you want to die.
And then you always always know what's behind your target.
Yeah, that's also true. It's a lot of situational fucking awareness, and it's a lot of things that most people, and I hate calling. I mean, I don't hate it because fuck these guys, but the Call of Duty operator guys, man, like I hate that shit. It's like, you don't fucking get it. Yes, SEAL Team 6 is gonna go in with all kinds of crazy shit, but you aren't SEAL Team 6. You're just some asshole.
You're not even prestige, bro.
You're not even fucking prestige mode, boy. All right, like I hate that those guys want to have all this super high level operator gear shit, dude. The fucking people in Afghanistan fought a war against the Soviets with fucking the shittiest technology, no technology. And they expelled them. Mm-hmm. A superior number force.
They had a little bit of help, but...
Well, I mean, we gave them guns and stuff, and like we gave them Stinger missiles, but...
Well, no, we gave them Stinger. But it's not missiles. All the Stinger is the American version of the RPG system.
Yeah.
Because...
It just locks on, though. That's the difference.
No, it's just made by us. That way we don't have to give them shitty Soviet shit.
Yeah.
But they know how to use that shit, so we had to design it.
Yeah. So,
and it's funny. We first attempt. Oh yeah, it is a lot better than the regular RPG system.
Yeah. So I mean, people that want to have opinions, cool. It's fine. You can have your opinion. You're certainly entitled to it. But
I haven't had an opinion about. I literally said my opinion about this lady is that it was obvious that she has not been in stress training.
Right, and
she has not. And I even said I feel bad for her because that image of her counter, like I said, it's gonna live in there forever. Just like that, the hardest picture to ever exist. The hardest picture of 2024 is gonna exist forever with Trump fucking holding his hand up with the flag in the background.
Yeah. Blood.
Fucking Secret Service trying to protect him. He's like, no. I'm like,
Like we had said, as soon as that happened and we saw that picture come out, it's like, oh, you won.
That's it. He won.
Game over. You win.
He won just with the assassination attempt. But then that image, that's going to be his political image for the rest of this campaign.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's taken that image and done like the Obama hope thing and like done that.
Oh my God, you're right.
And just say fight. Like that's... Shit, we should do that. What the fuck? I'm going to delete this fucking from the episode because we should be doing that. I'm not going to delete it, but we should. Why the fuck aren't we doing that?
That is a good idea.
That could make some money.
But yeah, like, I'm not an expert on guns. I know a lot about guns, but I'm not an expert of handling guns. So with my, as the one who taught me everything I know, with what little experience I have with guns, am I wrong for having the opinion that her not being able to holster her weapon was bad?
Oh, absolutely not. That is the correct opinion. Mm-hmm. I think what people are doing is they're using this DEI thing as an excuse to just be the blanket reason. It's not the blanket reason. DEI is not.
Can you please explain what DEI is?
That's the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that are being discussed as why they hire more women, people of color, transgender, whatever, right? They're trying to be more inclusive. That's what that DEI means.
Wasn't it called affirmative action or something like that? Or?
Prior to, it was called affirmative action.
Yes.
Is what it was called. Prior to, I don't know when I don't know how or why it changed to DEI. It's the same basic principle.
Yeah.
But DEI in and of itself is not indicative of incompetence because anyone can handle firearms. Anyone can be competent at this. It doesn't matter if you're a transgender. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Jew, Hispanic, whatever, Catholic.
Habitual line crosser kind of said it best in one of his videos where, you know the videos I'm talking about where his face is over the countries or the planes.
Right.
And like Russia's saying, oh, you're going to beat me with your woke Air Force. Hey, painted fingernails can grip the handle of an F-22 ratchet just as good as anyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's a true story. And it's not those reasons why people are incompetent, because I will say that there are some people that just aren't capable of handling firearms. There are some people that just aren't capable of doing these type of jobs. And it's not because they're a woman or because they're black or whatever. It's just because as a person, they are not right for that job. It's nothing against them personally, but you're not right for this. And yeah, I don't think you need to be a 6'5", 220-pound fucking muscle jock to do the Secret Service.
With an 8-pack.
Yeah, that's not required. Competence comes in many forms, all right? But I do think that during the process, and this is where the problem lies, is during the process, she was minimally likely capable of doing the minimum requirements to do the job, but not doing anywhere near the minimum requirements to be
she was a temp agent
on a Secret Service detail.
Assuming that she was, we're on the assumption that she was one of these temp agents.
Yeah.
Like, she probably joined the Secret Service for a different job. Like, to do, let's just say, the counterfeit jobs.
Right.
Or the fucking logistics.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or
because there's more to the Secret Service than protecting the president.
Right. They do many different things.
Yes. That is their bread and butter now. But back in the day, they were the ones responsible for the Treasury.
And they still do that now.
Yeah.
They're still the Treasury, agents of the Treasury. They go enforce all the counterfeit bills, any kind of fraud that takes place with U.S. dollars.
I mean, we talked about another podcast when they had to investigate counterfeit claim because the fucking idiots at the cops in the Best Buy didn't realize that $2 bills was legal tender.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility that she signed up for a different department. But the fact that being a temp agent for another department is a fact is a requirement of the job, obviously. She was obviously not trained for everything.
For that.
At least that. And so for me, I don't fully blame her. But I fully blame whatever her name is, the director.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, the fault lies with her.
Right.
Because her practices allow this to happen.
Yeah.
Me personally, again, it's easy for us to say coming out because we're not part of the Secret Service.
Sure,
we don't know how it runs.
Yeah.
If you're on the president's detail, or if you're a temp, everybody yearly has to get reevaluated for their guns.
Oh, at least it should be quarterly. You should have to qualify with your firearm.
Quarterly, okay.
Especially if you're on a Secret Service detail, it should be at least quarterly.
No, I'm talking about for the whole department.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Make it just blanket quarterly. Yeah.
I would make it the whole department has to at least get it every year. But yeah, I would say if you're actually legitimately part of the president's detail or Congress or the House or the family, you should be getting qualified every quarter, like you said.
Yeah.
But the whole department should be getting it done every year.
Yeah, of course. Minimally.
I'm not saying like a physical exam where they have to go run around and do the courses again. Because again, that's not what the entirety of the Secret Service is.
Right.
The presidential details, yes, absolutely. But that's more of a like bias, I guess. But but when it comes to weapon safety, that shouldn't even be I should never have to wonder if that guy, he's part of the Secret Service. My thought should never have to be, can he even know how to shoot a gun?
Hell, can't he even know how to put it back in his holster?
Yeah. That should never be one of my concerns as the president.
True.
Which is now going forward is always going to be in the back of every president's going on.
Yeah,
Mine.
true.
And it's like, and I wrote it right here, and like one of the senators said it best. You just showed all our enemies
Oh, yeah.
that we're reachable now.
Yeah, just like Israel showed that Iran is reachable by killing that guy in Tehran, which we talk about on the Central Intelligence podcast. And we're going to talk about it again on another episode today. So if you want to hear about that, go ahead and listen to that.
Wait, what?
But, what?
What?
We're going to do another CUP episode about it.
Oh, I thought you were saying we were going to talk about another.
No. On CUP, we're going to do it. But I was plugging CUP. It was a great way to plug a CUP in. But, yeah, whatever. Anyways.
Wait, sorry, let me phrase that.
You fucking asshole. So, I think that there's your two kinds of people. There's your door kickers and your desk sitters. All right, guys and ladies.
There's the grunt, and there's the chair force.
Right. You are going to have those two different types of individuals in your organization, and the people who are on the presidential detail and any protection detail. You have to have only door kickers on that shit. Mm-hmm. You can't have bean counters. You can't have fucking desk sitters. You can't have someone who's really, their whole thing is they're just really good at like doing computer. You can't have a forensic computer scientist be on the presidential detail. All right.
Now, I was about to talk shit on her because her job before being the director of the Secret Service, she was the head of global security for Pepsi.
Yeah, well, she worked for the Secret Service from like 95 to like 2000.
But to be fair,
whatever.
She did work for 22 years for the Secret Service before going to Pepsi.
Retired.
But I love the fact that one senator was like, you should resign and you should go protect Doritos.
I'd be like, cool, they paid me more than this fucking job. And likely they did.
I want to say, like, goddamn, like,
I don't know why you would even take the downgrade.
Political, I guess.
Yeah, political.
Maybe she was trying to use it as a stepping stone to a political career.
Yeah,
but that's gone now.
Yeah, maybe become Secretary Department of Homeland Security Secretary or head. What is it? Head of Homeland Security.
Yeah, head of Homeland Security.
Is it a secretary position? Department of.
It's deputy directors for the CIA. It's the.
No. I'm talking about for the.
Department of Homeland, yeah.
Like the defense secretary, okay?
Oh, the secretary
like
of
the
defense?
defense secretary, the treasury secretary. Like, is Homeland Security a secretary? I think that has a position on the cabinet, right?
Homeland, doesn't that fall under something else?
Is there a Homeland Security secretary? Yeah, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, is the current one. So yeah, maybe that's what she was going for, because usually people who were CIA directors, NSA, they were directors of, like, again, Secret Service, they usually get put into these positions, these cabinet positions.
Well, it's kind of like how all the CIA paramilitary operators are former special forces.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of that, I guess. Yeah. The civilian version of that, I guess you can call it.
But I'm saying, I'm assuming that was the reason for the jump.
Right, yeah. Like,
but yeah, that's gone out the window now.
You're never going to be. I mean, you resigned from that. I mean, she might not even get her job at Pepsi back. I mean, just after this.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that, because they're not actually protecting.
No, they're protecting. They have operations in Venezuela and shit like that.
Yeah, but she's definitely not getting her job back at Pepsi then. That's for sure. Sucks to be her, I guess. We're at 30 minutes. So whenever you're ready, I mean, we're good. We hit the minimum.
Well, I still got a few more notes.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, where did I leave off at?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. 9 days after the shooting, she still had no information.
Yeah, man, 9 days is a long time. And investigations take a while, but...
So yeah, the shooter was a person of interest for over 50 minutes.
How did they... And this is what I don't understand, too.
She made a good point that there's a difference between a person of interest...
And a threat?
And a threat.
Right, that's a good point. However, a person of... And listen...
A person of interest should stay a person of interest for like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, and
if it's 10 minutes or more, they're no longer a person of interest.
And listen, technically what he did beforehand is nothing illegal. There's nothing illegal about what he did beforehand. Okay? Yeah. Going up, taking a rangefinder, looking with the drone. Technically, there's nothing illegal about doing any of that. So, if I was her, I would have been like, well, nothing that he did was illegal.
She did try that, yeah.
Oh, she did say that? And she's right. She is correct about that. People have rights. And that's one of the things that Congress doesn't get, is they think that people's rights should be trumped, no pun intended, to protect individuals, certain individuals. And that's where I differ. I think that, yes, it sucks that this
To
happened,
me,
obviously.
The moment he climbed,
They should have at
the
least
shed-
went and tried to talk to him.
Yeah,
Minimally.
To me, the moment he climbed the shed, that was it. That was the moment to, hey,
We got to go talk to this guy.
we got to intervene. The second he laid down in a sniper position and pulled out a gun,
Oh, yeah.
he should have been done.
Should have been shot.
Shot.
Yeah, there should have been no, because now he is a direct threat immediately.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
A gun pointed in the direction of Trump is a threat to Trump.
Absolutely.
Well, the sad part is he was pointing at Trump and he ends up killing an innocent bystander.
Yeah.
Which you were probably... That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Again, that fucking fire line. You should quit, or hopefully when the president wakes up from his nap, he'll fire you.
Yeah.
And then we're asking her like stuff like, hey, did you subpoena his Discord records for his servers and stuff? And I'm like, does she even know what Discord is?
Likely, probably not. But also, I kind of feel like, okay.
She kept, when it was that question, and question similar to that, she says the FBI is handling that.
Yes, she wouldn't have that information because the Secret Service is not an investigative agency when it comes to a presidential assassinations. Their job is to protect. If they fuck up, okay, well, that's pretty much where it stops. The FBI is going to handle the full investigation of everything into what happened.
Right.
Which is what's going on.
So the security briefing before the event happened, nobody from the Secret Service detail was attending it.
Damn. That's another problem.
The law enforcement all got together, had the meeting about it. Secret Service, nobody from Secret Service was part of that shit. So right off the bat, there's a communication error happening between local law enforcement and the Secret Service. And I'm like, if me and you make that fuck up, I would say we have an event, that's whatever. We're fucking two dipshits.
Yeah.
Not the protection for the most powerful, for somebody who was and may become the most powerful man in the world again.
Yeah, true.
She also said that the Secret Service was not made aware of a possible threat by him. But law enforcement agent says, no, we told you. So right off the bat, she's already fucking lying.
Well, that's what they're saying. And I will say this, too. The communication between federal and local and state agencies is not good. I mean,
as I said earlier with the timeline, they have it on record that they confirmed that they received the image, not only information about him, but the images that they sent about him. They took pictures of this fucker.
Right. They took pictures and sent them. I will say, though, again, that is a problem that's not, especially if they weren't at the briefing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a breakdown of communication.
Right. It's a complete breakdown of communication. So I don't think this is good. I think this will just turn into more federal authority and federal powers that are going to be handed to agencies like this. I think this is bad overall for us and our freedoms.
So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Should she be giving out the names of the agents? And if not, does it count as not answering questions?
Okay, personally, I feel that if you are in governmental service, unless you are working for the CIA clandestinely or in some kind of clandestine position, I don't think that you should be hidden from the public.
Makes sense from Mr. The man who sided with Captain America on Civil War.
Of course I sided with Captain America on Civil War. I do think
And we're talking about the comic, not the movie.
The what?
The comic, not the movie.
Oh, yeah, the comic,
But
yeah, for sure.
Secunda Accords, whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that, I think that if you are in public service, because remember, they didn't work for the government. The superheroes didn't work for the government. They were private individuals.
Yeah, I was just making a joke.
Oh, all right. But anyways,
But my question is, it's the same thing with where they won't release the name of cops that are involved in shootings.
I think that's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely, we all have the right to know who the fuck did this.
We have a right to know who's protecting us and who's fucking
and if I ask for the police department for a list of officers, I should be able to get that.
Freedom of Information Act, right?
Now, sure, I'm not going to be given their home. I shouldn't be given their home address and all this bullshit. Sure, that's different.
Their name, their badge number.
Yeah, that's it.
Then I can ask for the records of each individual person as well.
Yeah, disciplinary records, whatever. I should be able to get all that. Same thing with this. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. So does her refusing to give out names count as not answering questions?
I don't know, because I don't know what their... again, I believe we have the right to know all this stuff, but I don't know what governmental laws exist to protect them. There may be some kind of law.
What you think?
Oh no, I think that that's not answering the question.
Okay.
100%. Here, let me not answer your question.
That's what you were doing, essentially. Yeah, the whole shit that she couldn't even answer if the Secret Service was using drones.
Yeah, how do you not know that?
Yeah. How is it since the fact that she says she doesn't know tells me that no, they didn't use drones?
Or that they might commonly not be in practice, which is wrong. That's wrong. First of all,
that tells me that the shooter was more well prepared for this than the Secret Service was.
Yeah, that is
because he had a drone.
Scary.
He marked out his whole area.
Oh yeah, he had the whole thing locked and cocked and ready to go.
Almost as if somebody was guiding him.
Very, very well could have been.
Yeah, that's all I got on this shit.
All right, cool. Well, anyways, man, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. I hope they fuck up more so we can.
Well, we still have this guy.
Oh yeah, we'll see about this new guy.
Well, he's the acting.
He might not even be around for much longer, anyways, because if
he might have to resign.
Listen, he may have to resign when they try to shoot somebody else again. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, all right. Well, that'll do it for us. If you want to listen to our other podcasts, you can go to GameRageMagazine.com. And you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. You can also go to YouTube, and listen to everything there at your convenience. And we're at Game Rage Magazine on YouTube.
Hey.
Yeah.
Don't forget to plug YouTube.
Oh, before I forget, seriously, if you guys really want to watch, go to YouTube and go to at Game Rage Magazine on YouTube. Also, if you want to follow Frank, go to anime_syndicate_podcast.
If it's YouTube, you don't have to say at Game Rage.
Oh, you don't? It says that on our thing, doesn't it?
No, I'm just saying, you just type in Game Rage Magazine and it takes you to our channel.
Oh, okay. All right.
At is usually just for Twitter or X.
Oh, all right.
Or sorry, how did Elon Musk? Stop calling it Twitter.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, follow Frank anime_syndicate_podcast on Instagram, and you can go to listen on YouTube on YouTube to the Anime Syndicate podcast if you like anime. So anyways, that'll do it for us. We'll catch you guys on the next one.